Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday guest live speaking extravaganza. And I say extravaganza because, guys, I will say hi to everybody, but I have known Laura. I sat down, I thought about this. I'm like, I have known Laura for, are you ready, everybody? I've known Laura since 1998.
Oh, good
It's
God.
crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, that's 25 years, Laura.
Yeah.
25. You
Really.
know, I've known you since you were
Essentially,
two. Since you were two. And all
yeah.
right, let's say hi to everybody. Zaina, hello, and Tina, hello. Hey, Kim, and there's Priscilla and LaDonna. Desiree, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Alan, Jane, what are you doing, my dear? Good to see you. Jody, hello, and Eva and Nancy and Condi. I got your email, Condi. How exciting! I'll let you know. And Delora wants to know, is the new deck out?
Soon.
Soon. And
You'll be
there's
the
my
first
sister,
to know. You'll be one of the first to know.
Laura. You will get it. You will get it. You will get a new, yes, a new one. And we have some news for you, Dolores, so stay tuned. Diane Sims, Sister Sledge, hello, how are you? Chris, soul sister, how are you? My other soul sister, Joy, good to see you. Laura and Maria, good to see you, Maria. Michelle, hello, Michelle, and Natalie, hello. Janelle, what are you doing? Long time no see. Susan, hello. And you're welcome. You're welcome. And Denise, good to see you. Welcome, guys. Come on in, say hello. Don't be shy. Hi, Jerry Brown. Thank you. Come back to the five and dime. Jerry Brown, Jerry Brown, Jerry Brown. I'm kidding. Hello, Jerry. Good to see you. Stacy, hello. Lisa Randall and Gloria. And Connie, hello. Carrie, hello. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Elias Patras. I am an intuitive motivator. I am an author, psychic medium, retreat and workshop facilitator, and author and life coach. So, welcome. And thank you for being here. Oh, my goodness. You stayed up. Sarah May from the UK. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And Michelle, thank you. So, welcome, everybody. Let me just tell you, for those of you who don't know, as you just heard, I've known Laura for 25 years. And Laura has been a friend, soul sister, mentor, enthusiast. Anything that Laura touches, I'm telling you guys, is gold. I'm going to show you something. She's probably going to be shocked that I still have it, but hang on. So I
I'm
have
afraid.
this.
I'm
I have
afraid
this.
somebody's gonna pull out of your hat.
Okay. This is from February of 03. Guys, Laura made this.
Yeah.
Laura made this. She made this beautiful, beautiful oak, which I love a good oak tree. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Oak. And she made this. Like, don't ask me how, because you know that I am clueless. But she made this, and it is just amazing. I actually have this in my meditation cloth, in my
Mm.
thing that we use, and this is in the east because it's wood, and it actually has a firestone in it, and it actually has this little coin. It's a coin. It's wrapped up because it was a special lucky coin from the Greek Easter bread. So I have that with me, and Laura does so many things, you guys. She has been to Peru. She's been to Ecuador. You have been to the Amazon jungle. She studied with John Perkins and Oscar de Mira Quesada.
Yeah.
Yes, I always want to say quesadilla, but I have to stop myself. Um, you have studied with Quintu Rey in Chile. And so you have done
Yeah.
so many things, Laura, and everything that you do. Guys, her normal job, pharmacist, and from pharmacist to woo-woo and everything in between. She has created fabrics. She's created beautiful watercolors. She's created stained glass. She, you know, she doesn't claim this, but I think she is an animal communicator. And you're just an amazing person, and I'm so
Oh, thank you,
on this
Elias.
journey with you. So thank you for
Yeah.
being here.
It
And
has been a wild journey. It
it has
really
been.
has.
It really
Oh,
has. I mean, we
yeah.
were we were in the Chicago area, you guys, both of us, and now we're both Pacific Northwest. And I have to tell you, Laura, without knowing this, I'm gonna look right into the camera. Without knowing this, Laura did an Akashic record reading for me, and she said, "I'm hearing from the records that you're supposed to move Pacific Northwest." And she said, "Kind of like Oregon, Washington area." I'm like, interesting and fascinating. Laura, do you know that I'm packing up my
I know.
it was so awesome. It was
And
just a
I
great
can
thing.
tell you this now, Elias, but the
Yeah,
records also told me normally 99% of the time, any information when I'm in the Akashic records, it's your information.
right,
What I see, what I hear, what I feel, that's that person. It's, and I tell people, take what resonates and leave the rest. I
right.
don't know. But for some reason it came through me. You are in the 1% that it came through, and they said because he's going to meet the love of his life.
Hmm.
But I didn't say that, but they kind of held me back. I
Sure.
felt the tug, because it was almost like it would be like too much pressure for you,
And it
or
would have been totally. Yeah.
the individual. Oh my God, I'm going to move, and then I gotta find this guy, boom, 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 boom. But it was like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was just this ease
Yeah.
that
It
came through
was
with,
it
yeah.
was just, and 3 months later,
And I was
there we go.
holding on. I'm like, I got you. And then
I know.
I let it go, but it was like,
Yeah. So you guys, if you want an Akashic record reading, I would definitely get one from Laura. She teaches Akashic records, and we're going to get more into this in a second,
yeah,
but let's talk about today. So we talk about health, everybody. We
yeah,
talk about health.
yeah.
And health is so important, but I think we forget about the emotional health and the emotional support that we need. And I know that when Laura and I used to um, do stuff with our teachers, we always had a support group. We always had that circle, and a healing circle, to be in a group with like-minded people. And that's why I always tell you guys, the retreats, the workshops, it's all
Yeah.
about, for me, it is creating community. And Laura, I know you're on the same page. It
Yeah.
is about
Yeah.
having like-minded people coming
Yeah.
together. So important. So you've got something coming
And
up. Do you want to talk a little
yeah,
bit?
and actually, like when you think back, in all the religions, always say when two or more are gathered,
Mm,
the healing is amplified. So,
so true.
and
So true.
a lot of a lot of in the shamanic communities, everything is done in community. All the healing.
Right.
And to them, it's just normal. That's how they were all brought up. And here we are, just so isolated. You are in one little hospital bed. You are in, everybody is just like, it's not like that, because it's that energy. It's that energy that needs to flow, because we concentrate so much on the physical. Because, okay, let's think about this. Here's the physical form. And then the next field is really our emotional body, energy
Right.
body. So that starts to come out. And then after that comes our mental body. And then after that comes our spiritual body. Now, some people say that there's 8, spiritual, different energy bodies, but those are like the 4 main ones. And then you need healing, and you need maintenance. You need energetic maintenance for each of these bodies. And that's why people get sick. That's why people don't heal. They're either stuck in the field, or they ignore the messages coming through. So we have all these energies coming in, and then by the time it hits the physical, you got to start getting some problems here,
Right. So
and then
true.
you have to start looking. Okay, let's go one layer back. That's our emotional self. After that, so it's like layer and then layer, then layer.
I love that. I love that. Kai says, do not forsake the gathering of yourselves from the Holy Scriptures. Yeah, so
Yeah.
true. Heather has a question. So we're going to talk about this in a second, guys. We're going to talk about Healing Circle and the Akashic Records. Can you explain a little bit more about the Akashic Records for everybody?
Sure. The Akashic Records are, think of them as, okay, we know that everything is vibration and that everything is frequency. So the records are the vibrational record of every soul in its journey. That's a pretty easy way to kind of understand it. Mm-hmm. So it contains everything. Some people call it like the collective unconscious. Some people call it like the tree of life. They everything is included from the time that soul, the inception of that soul, everything is encompassed. So your past, present, future possibilities are all held in there. And I mean, and then everything's held within the Akashic Records. You have your intuitive field, you have your angelic realm, you have your past lives are all in this big field. And think of it as being like fluid, or like you're in a hologram. Everything just kind of floats back and forth, back and forth. That's why you can very easily pick up on, oh, that person really looks familiar. And it was a past life, but it was some kind of resonance, So that's really what the, the Akashic field really is. So it holds all of your, I'll say, possibilities and probabilities. And it's always working for your soul's growth. Mm-hmm. Okay. So like, will I marry my boyfriend? Questions, like yes or no questions. That's not really the best.
I know. And you know how much I love those.
So that's not really, because that's not going to make your soul grow, really grow. But it's like, oh, what's the underlying reason, or what's the block stopping you from going out there and looking for love or receiving the love?
Exactly.
In a relationship. So you see how that really puts a different spin on this? And one is very expanding, and the other one is, yay, black and white. Yes, no.
Because I like to call it BS, Laura. I think the other one is just like, when people ask me stuff, I'm like, ready? Laura's going to love this. And I love making Laura laugh. When they're like, oh, and I'll wait till you swallow that water. I say, because some of the ones on there are like, yes, my love. And I'm like, oh, wrong answer. No, you have a curse on you. I mean, it's just, and here's the thing, everybody, all kidding aside, when Laura has done my Akashic Records, because I've had them done a couple of times with Laura, there's a feeling that happens, and not when somebody gets a reading from me, like when I do a card reading or I just do the intuitive reading, there's a warmth. It's just so hard to explain, really. It's not the tingles for me. Like I sit back and thanks everybody. I get this like relaxed and warm feeling, almost like I'm in a very warm pool of water. And it's just like that relaxing feeling. And that's what happens when Laura opens up the Akashic Records. There's a prayer that's said, and she opens up the records. I know automatically when I'm there. And I'm like, there it is. It's there. Gloria says, so can you get answers about your life purpose?
Yes, you can. Let me tell you, Gloria, People usually don't know what their life purpose is. And
Mhm.
only you can tell yourself what your life purpose is, because it changes every day, because
Right.
we're always in service. So my life purpose, like, okay, here's a good example for you. I'm 5'7", almost 5'8". I'm pretty tall. My superpower is when I go to the grocery store and the little old ladies can't reach to the very, very top shelf. Get you that. Get there. And not only do I get the product, I check the expiration date. And I say, let me see if I can get a better expiration date for you. That may have been my purpose that day, to help that one little lady. So a lot of times we don't know. Everybody sometimes thinks like, I have to go out and, create this, universal, you know, sanctuary for all these animals, maybe, but it's those little things
Right.
that people forget what your purpose is.
So true. And I love how you explain that, because John Hollins is the same thing, Laura. He's like, there's, your life purpose changes
Yeah,
every day. And
because
he talks about the soul purpose, which is different. I never realized that part of my soul purpose,
uh-huh.
well, you'll know this because you'll be like, yeah, but is being a connector.
Mm-hmm.
It's connecting other people to,
Mm-hmm.
other each other, um to different ideas, whatever it is. It's that.
Yeah,
Yes. Gloria says, so be a kind human.
yeah,
That's definitely,
definitely.
definitely. Um, so it's good. It's really good. Um, so let's talk a little bit about, I hope that answers, Heather, your question. Um, so it is, guys, it is, again, it is like the book of life. It's referred to in the Bible. The Akashic Record is referred as the book of life. And it is, I mean, it is so many things, like Laura said, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, Tell us a little bit about Healing Circle. What's happening?
Oh, okay. So held within the Akashic Records. So one of my purposes, or one of my, and I knew it was quite, I don't say a purpose, but one of my callings to be of service, because I'm a healer. I've been in traditional healthcare all of my life, all of my career in different forms, and in the energetic realms, doing all kind of medical intuition and healing and things like that. So it's like, okay, and most of the time it's been either one-on-one or some kind of small group. And when I was in the records, it would come to me saying, and all I did was hear the words like a healing circle, a healing
Mhm.
circle. Very subtle. It wasn't like the big, spiritual 2x4 hitting you in the head saying, hey,
Laura, you're going to have a healing circle. And
yeah,
then right next door to her, there's a burning bush. That's like, yes, a healing circle.
that might be
Sorry.
next. I don't know. But I thought, you know what? And I mean, a lot of people have, different healing circles. But then all of a sudden, like this information, I hate to use the word downloads, but like all
Right.
this stuff starts coming because of all of these different healings. Healing comes in so many different forms, and I've seen it done so many different ways in people. And nobody can heal it for you. You do your own healing. You have that inner wisdom within yourself. And it's just discovering that. And that's what tools, the circle they kept on saying. I mean, sometimes, they're, and again, everything is vibration. So what is vibration? Vibration is with chanting. Vibration is sound. Vibration is drumming. Whatever it is. Vibration is, I work with the essential oils. All of each essential oil has a vibration.
Mhm.
So they were like, okay, we can do this online. And so the format's going to be, we'll do a meditation, whatever comes in, And what I will do is open up the Akashic records for the group. Now you can open up records for one person, or you can open up the records for the group, as long as you have consensus and everyone like, well, they're not going to sign up if they don't want their records, for the healing. And so we'll do it as a group. We'll do a meditation or a journey, and then we'll have some kind of like exercise, and maybe it's writing, a journal prompt or something like that. Because writing, not typing on the computer, is extremely therapeutic. And every person is different, so we could do the same exercise. It's going to hit my emotional body. It might hit your spiritual body, etheric energy body, and everybody's going to be different. But then it all comes together. So as a group, think of it going kind of like up and out. And the next time you go up and out and up and out.
I think that's such a great idea, Laura, especially in the Akashic records. I think it's again, I'm gonna read to you what Dolores said, and then I want to read another thing on here. So Dolores said, after her reading with you, she felt like she had traveled all her lifetimes all at once. It was an instant flight and arrival to my core. And yes, I felt I was as if I was in embryonic fluid. That's amazing, Delora. Yes, amazing. Gloria has a question. Can we learn to get into the Akashic records for ourselves?
Yes, you can. My very first teacher, Linda Howe, has a book, How to Read the Akashic Records. Now, and that's great because she has a wonderful prayer, and she goes through step by step on how to do that. I would get her book, How to Read the Akashic Records, and I think that's a very good first step.
I'm just going to write it in, Laura, real quick. Hang on one second. Okay. Linda Howe, sorry. Linda Howe.
How to Read the Akashic Records. It's on Amazon. I think Hay House, something like that. Some people kind of find it confusing. Some people don't, but you know what? If you go through it, Gloria, and you have, just call me and just email me, and I can help you through some of that too.
And thanks, Priscilla. Here is, if you want to see the products and things and services that Laura has, go to Little Aspen Studios, plural.com, and you'll see it there. Thanks. And here's the thing, if you wanted to take a class, Laura does that as well.
Yeah.
For me, our one of our teachers, do you remember Elena? Lieberman?
Yeah. My very first teacher, yeah.
Yes. And she was
she had rules.
She had rules. Boy, did she ever. Boy, did she ever.
She had rules.
I was like, Laura, and Laura's like, yep, she's that way. I'm like, all right, because I don't know what I just signed up for, Laura. But she was very nice lady. Don't get us wrong.
No.
Very nice lady. But there is two kinds of teachings from Elena. You don't teach it unless you are given this prayer. There's a whole story about this.
You're kind of
called to it, right?
Yeah.
And I kept on seeing being wrapped up in a light blue blanket. And the Akashic record is that, it's that energy of that light blue color. It's kind of like, for those Catholics out there, it's the Virgin Mary light blue color.
Yeah.
And I told one of our teachers, Susan Lipschitz, she's like, I think you need to learn how to do the records. I'm like, do I really? Okay. And I was so new. I mean, it was like 99, and I'm like, 1999. I was like, but it's fascinating information, everybody. It's fascinating information. And what happens is that always, sometimes I get this feeling like I'm in the Akashic records without even knowing that I'm in. And I think it's just part of that lineage that comes through. Somebody said on here that they were told, I think it's Andrea Andrea said that she was told that she was a librarian. Here it is. I was told that I worked in the Akashic Records library. Fascinating. Fascinating. Okay, let me go by. Oh, look at this. Amazon has a coupon for the book. Add it to your Amazon list. Thanks to Laura. I'm telling you. Whenever I go in a meditation for Akashic, I feel like I'm being blocked, same as a QHHT session. Is there ever a time where access is denied?
Yes, very rarely, but you can't get blocked. Or sometimes you know what too, you can get into the records and it only will take you so far.
Yeah.
And usually that means, like for me, like my signal, all I get is this black.
That's what I get too, Laura. I get a black veil that comes right down.
Black veil, and it means, usually it means the person does not need to know that information at this time. Like you can't handle it. It's like, no, you have to work on what you're working on now.
Right.
You know, or there's things going on behind the scenes that are not yet brought to light. So maybe, and I'm just making this up, you know, like in a relationship, maybe there's divorce coming in a year. And that's your life partner.
Right.
So, you know, so it's like there's different stages. So the records will only give you information that you need at that time.
Andrea says, oh, caca, more stuff I can't handle right now. You know what, Andrea? Here's the thing. If you're in the Akashic and you hear this, then you know that you're not supposed to be in it.
Yeah. And but the nice thing about the Akashic Records, like when you're in there, there's no judgment. There's no judgment. And the records will always give you information for your highest good. That's when you know you're in the records. Because I get a lot of people say, how do I really know I'm in the records? How do I know I'm just making this stuff up? Or how do I know it's not my intuition? How do I know, you know, things like that. So they always see you in your perfect self.
Yes, so true. Hi, Ginger, Healing Heart Medium. Thank you for being here. Ginger, Laura, Ginger. Ginger and I are co-facilitating a retreat in June, Aspects of Love. And we're gonna do our version, Laura. It's kind of something that Jean and I made up a long time ago. Our version, I know that nobody will know what we're talking about, but our version of a Machi tune.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Okay. But you were in the records when you created the Sacred Attunement Oracle, right? Guys, look at how beautiful each of these watercolors are. And this is your own handwriting.
Yes.
And and this is the message for each one that you were told.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. And here's something, Delora, just for you. Write it down, Delora. Write it down. Are you ready, Delora? You have to go to www.deckable, DECKIBLE.com, and you can get Laura's deck via digital for, what is it, $9.99 you said?
Yeah, it's like real. Yeah, all of the decks on Deckable are very inexpensive. There's 300 decks or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what, Laura? I love holding on to these. I love it, And honestly, you guys, not because she's my friend, truly not because she's my friend, but look at how these are just, I think this one, where is it? This one is one of, I don't know why I like the yellows and the oranges. This is one of my favorites. And I just love, look at this one.
Hanging up. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one.
This one has the sacred geometry in there. Some of them wanted sacred geometry. Some of them didn't want it. They're like, no, I'm fine. And the more you look at those images, the more stuff you start seeing.
I know, like I didn't realize that was in there. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
and then you'll start seeing like beings and faces and galactic people are popping up. I mean, yeah.
Yes. And look, here's Delora running in the side. There she is. She's holding on to something. Uh, everybody knows I love Delora. So I mean, this is like, I mean, you know, who knew, right? Hey, Leanne, thank you for being here. So these are just, I mean, honestly, you guys, look at the vibrant colors. You did such an amazing job, Laura. And what I love about this is it's simple, it's to the point, and you know, her instruction book, you guys, watch. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. 1, 2, 3. Because you like to have these be open to interpretation.
Yeah. And your interpretation.
Right,
Because
exactly.
you have that inner wisdom.
Exactly. Exactly. Can you hold up the box again? I'd be more than glad to. Thank you. One moment. Let me get my Vanna White hands. Please hold. So if you go to Laura's website,
Yeah.
www.littleaspenstudios, plural.com, you'll see it.
Thanks, Delora.
Thanks, Laura.
That is a compliment.
Yes, it is totally a compliment. And Kathleen, you're welcome. You're welcome. Does anybody have questions for Laura? Anything?
Yeah, just circle back, no pun intended, to the healing circle.
Yes.
It's not quite, it's by tomorrow, I'm sure I'll have a page on the website, because I want to offer everybody for the months of May and June, just complimentary, and we can get this off the ground. And May and June will be, I don't say my guinea pigs, but I wanted to see if this makes sense to everybody. You know, like in the beginning of the month, we'll have the big circle. And then later on in the month, it'll be another maybe 40-minute like Q&A. Do you have any issues, anything coming up? You know, something like that. So we'll meet twice a month.
Do you know those dates, Laura? Off the top of your head?
I don't know yet. No.
Okay. Will you let me know so then I can tell everybody? I know. And Laura, you have an email list, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and guys, they can just jump on the and they can always send me an email too.
Yeah.
littleaspenstudios@gmail.com.
Right. So that's the important part, guys.
Yeah, put me on the list, you know, or whatever.
Andrea says, I would love to be a guinea pig and rah rah girl. All right. So, you know, it is testing. It's testing out what works for people. Emmy says, hi, Emmy. How important is it that a person explores the Akashic Records?
I think people are called to the Akashic Records.
Yeah.
I think people, I don't know. What do you think, Elias? I think there's a pull.
Yes, I was going to say a pull.
I'll say more of a nudge or a pull. I know people that get dynamite information and these are like the deep meditators, my friends and they don't go into the records. They just get information when they're in meditation. Yeah. People I know do when they get into almost like automatic writing, journaling, that information starts coming through. It might be not quote from the records, but everything is held within, like they might be tapping really deeply into their intuitive self, which is inside the records. And sometimes that's always, you know, it just depends on the person.
And I had a pull, Emmy. I had a pull. And here's the thing. I don't read the records like I used to, meaning I don't do as many Akashic record readings as I used to. And honestly, Laura, I can't. Probably the last one that I did was maybe 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And not that I don't enjoy doing them. It's that it's nobody asks to, you know, you have to have that, you know, and I don't really advertise it like I used to because there would be so much information coming in. And I have to tell you, now that I'm combining these two together, I think when I started channeling the angelic realm, that came from the Akashic Records.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's super. It's that same kind of buzz that I feel when I'm in there, and I don't remember nearly half of what I say.
Mhm.
Heather says this. Gloria says that's how I got into Reiki for sure.
Reiki, yeah.
Yeah. I've been breaking down a lot of mental blocks and reopening my intuition and empathy. A bit terrifying.
Mhm.
I can see how the Akashic Records could really help. Yes, Heather, I would agree with you. I
Yeah.
would totally agree with you. Thank you, Dolores. So these, if you want undeckable,
Oh,
the exact cards that Laura has, you can get them. But I have to tell you, for me personally, if you are a tangible type of person, I like holding them. I'm telling you, my hands got hot when Laura first sent me these. I'm like, oh, these are good. My hands are already, I mean, they're warm, and then they got hotter. So that's good. Does I help crack you open? Does the Akashic Records help crack you open? Andrea, it's funny because careful what you ask for, dear. Be careful what you ask for. I'm just gonna tell you what would help me to gently open and create the space that I need.
yeah.
Just remember that.
With ease and grace. With ease and grace.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I always say softly, gently, yeah, quickly, because I'm a little impatient. I'm like, okay, let's go, people. The one time I visited, they had to kick me out. Time to go. You're funny. Well, the divorce cracked me open. Yep, I get it. Been there, done that. I communicated with a cat whose information definitely came from a far off realm.
Mhm.
Fascinating. I love that.
It could have been. It could have been. I mean, the Galactics, like Lyra.
Yes.
They kind of look like cat people.
Oh, really? Fascinating. That's one thing, Laura. I never got into, like, I didn't understand. I know that's like a whole nother chapter down the road. We'll have to talk about that. But that whole galactical type stuff, I'm like, look at Dolores. She gets so excited. Excited.
Yeah.
So excited. You're like, yay! And I'm sure, Dolores, somewhere they have the Schnauzerians. I think that's the Schnauzerians. They're new.
From the constellation Schnauzer. Schnauzeria. Sorry,
Delora just became a beautiful guardian of two Schnauzers. So I like it, Deloria. I think you should do it. Lawrence are up there with 12. You're cute. Yeah, I don't know really. And the funny thing is, I'm supposed to have Arthurian soul connection. I still don't understand, but it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, so you have the healing circle.
Yes.
People should, if they want to be part of your new group, and you're doing May and June as complimentary.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it. There we go. Thanks, Lisa. And just go to Little Aspen Studios at gmail.com.
Yeah, and then just put your name. You just say sign me up or keep me posted. And it might even be on here tomorrow. I don't know, but
okay. Yes, Laura's a little bit better than I am high tech stuff, but otherwise it's like, yeah, we'll have the web person do that. I'm like, yeah, I have no idea, Laura. No idea. Michelle's like, yay. Okay, and honestly, guys, I think, being part of a healing circle is wonderful because you're all learning from each other. That's what we do on retreats, everybody. I mean, I have to tell you, as a participant, some of my best times are in groups, in we're like communities. And also, the apprenticeship program that I did, the retreats that you and I have done
Mhm.
together. I mean, it is really just like-minded people.
Yeah.
And there will be some people that you're like, and the hm's okay, because that tells you to look within. But it's just amazing. Gloria says sounds amazing, to be honest. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Hi, Sharon from Iowa. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you for being here.
And it's
Um,
a very sacred space.
yes.
I mean the space I hold is very sacred space. So
And you guys, this is the great thing about Laura, and not because she's my friend, but an amazing teacher. Also, Laura will tell you like it is. Trust me, she will let you know what it's all about. There's no, smoke and mirrors. It's
yeah,
here's what you get. And there's fun, and there's learning, and there's laughter too. So it
yeah,
is I have to tell you, the stuff that I learned from Laura when um we used to go to Laura's healing circles at her home
yeah,
back
yeah,
in the day. And I would bring sometimes we'd bring my ex of 12 years and Gary's kids,
yeah,
and we would always have a little potluck something afterwards. It was just so nice to learn. And we would, oh my God, Laura, you did despacho ceremonies.
yeah.
Um it was a lot. I remember when you made all those pillowcases.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those are really cool. Those were super, super
Yeah,
cool.
energetic.
So, yeah, they
Yeah,
were beautiful,
chocolate
energetic.
bonding,
Yeah.
one from another, one from another, one from another. Yeah.
And it was cool because somebody would get a pillowcase and somebody else, and you're like, oh my God, I saw you in my dream. Yeah. So very, very, yes, Kai,
And you can't
it's
plan
family.
that. You just
Yeah.
can't plan that.
Yeah.
And it's like the right people do find you.
Yes.
I
And I
mean,
think it would behoove everyone here to be part of that. I really, honestly, truly have to say that. Hey, Danielle, good to see you. Nope, better late than never. And Danielle, we're talking about Healing Circle. Laura's doing a Healing Circle, and it's going to start in May. And she's giving a complimentary Healing Circle for May and June, just to get everything going, to get the interest going. And we're also talking about the Akashic Records. Danielle, that might be really cool for you, the Akashic Records. Just saying. We'll talk. Questions, guys. Questions that you have for Laura. And Laura, can you tell everybody while we're waiting for the questions? Can you tell them, because I always talk about your cards,
mhm.
but can you tell them about the Intention Notebook?
Yeah, I'm that's on Amazon. I think well, it's here.
It's right behind you, right?
Yeah, and that's on Amazon. Um and I'll you know what, I'll have to add that to my website too. But
Okay.
it's it's kind of like a workbook journal. So there's some free form pages just to kind of write, get it, and there's some prompts in there. There's some photos in there. And it's just another way to to go inward.
Yep.
So Amazon's really inexpensive. It's less than, I think, $8 or whatever. But it's a way to kind of anchor, and it's kind of a nice way to work with the cards too. It's like, oh, pull a card, and then you just kind of do
Right.
some free form writing.
I love that. Heather has a very good question. How did you get started? From pharmacist to woo woo. How did you get started?
Oh, oh my God. I was like a hardcore science math. I will know I wanted to be in healthcare. Give me blood and guts and I'm happy. I worked ED, emergency room. I was in the, ICUs where, all code blues, just like TVs everywhere. Yeah, that was, and then I started to get these little promptings, like, hmm. And we had, from Chicago, one of the colleges had like adult education classes, and one of them was on dream analysis. And I'm like, hey, and I asked my mom if she wanted to come with me because my grandmother, who came from Lithuania, she would have her little, you would hear these little stories, they would talk. So my grandma would have these ladies, the ladies on the block, come over for coffee, and then they would do their own dream analysis.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I just kind of let that go. Well, I was 4 years old, you're hearing this stuff.
Right.
And my grandma, who I never met, my mom's mom, she would do the tarot deck with a playing deck cards because that's all they had. They didn't have money for a nice big, and so they would do it. So I knew there was like something out there, but I wasn't too sure what. And as soon as I walked in the room, my mom and my aunts would stop talking like, oh, the hands of the devil, the hands of the devil. We grew up Catholic, oh, no, hands of the devil. So when I saw this, I'm in my early 30s or whatever, I don't know. So I asked my mom to come with me, and she said, yeah. She said she'd come too. The kicker out of this whole thing was it was taught by a nun because it was a Catholic university.
Yeah.
Well, these nuns were like mystic nuns, kind of like woo-woo, know. And so I did this dream analysis, and I still use her process to this day for my dream analysis. And at the end, she says, well, if you like this class, why don't you sign up for my friend, Sister Jean, and she's going to teach how to read auras. And I'm like, how to read auras? Because my mental mind, aura before a seizure. This, I'm a healthcare. Come on, So I'm like, but I said, okay. And then what she did, she with crayons back in the day, she drew your aura. And she explained the aura in terms of energy. How energy can never be destroyed, only transformed. I'm like, all of these laws of nature. And I'm like, oh, that was my initiation. And then after that, it was boom, 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 and just kept on going and going and going.
But you are an avid learner. I mean, you love.
I still take classes. Oh, I love to learn. Yeah.
Right. I know you do. And Danielle says the cards are beautiful. I always wanted to get them. Well, now you have it. Now you can. Heather says, have you ever had an Okaka moment while in the records?
No.
Okay.
I'm always supported when I'm in the records. I call in for my highest good. I don't need any type of external, like protection, call in, like any of that. I have such a deep relationship with my master's teachers and loved ones of the records. Like when I first started, it probably took me like 2 minutes to open my records because I'm like, oh, I got to call in my masters. And I'm waiting for my teachers, my loved ones, give me a sign, things like that. And now it's like, boom, it's like.
And you guys, I have to tell you, do the healing circle because Laura is the best storyteller. I'll tell you guys a story in a minute. So Delora, leave it to Delora. Laura, will you please make the woo-woo sign again, please? Yes, it's the international symbol for woo-woo, everybody. So, what's the name of the notebook journal?
Intention Notebook for the Wise Woman.
Yes, there you go. Danielle says, I love learning. That was so unheard of in the Catholic Church. Raised Italian Catholic. Love this story. Thank you, Laura, for sharing. Thank you, Delora.
And funny thing about it is when I started to, like do readings or do like ceremonies at my house, something like that, people would say, you know what? But you look so normal. You look normal.
Yeah. You look normal. You're not wearing some tinfoil hat or something. Right. Carrie, both Laura and I are from the Chicagoland area.
Oh, we're not cheeseheads.
We're not from Milwaukee, but
No,
love the Milwaukee.
love
Not a
Milwaukee.
fond not a fond person of cheese curds. I just have to tell you.
I call
Um,
Mil- Carrie. I call Milwaukee the 20-minute town. I had consulting uh, jobs up there. It's some of the big hospitals, and I was able to get to anywhere in 20 minutes from one side of Milwaukee to the other side.
exactly,
West Allis down to the lake. 20 minutes. I loved it.
exactly. And I was there for 8 weeks when I worked at Debevix, and I was
I remember Ed.
learning my training manager there. Um, so true about yes. So Sister Jean, I knew in fourth grade, only taught me the prepositions in alphabetical order. Where do you sign up for the healing circle? You sign up. You can go to Laura's. You could just email her,
Yeah,
Little Aspen
just email me.
Studios
Yeah, yeah.
at
And I'll respond.
gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm proud not to be normal. Me too. You were taught Reiki from a nun. I love that. I love that. So tell you the story. So Laura comes back. This is one of my favorite Laura stories. And I'm like, she's like, oh yeah. She's like, I was are you okay with if I share your name, the name that you got, your spiritual animal guide name? Yeah. So Laura, I said, Laura, everyone's calling you Puma. And she's like, yes, yes, yes. We were in the jungles, and the shaman's looking at me, and it's like drawing things on people's face, and then he drew do you remember? Yeah. And he drew the puma, and because the guy didn't speak English.
No.
Right. And then Laura says, and then they had this man dipping this stuff in pine needles, and he's beating me in the back of the chest with these pine needles. And Laura's like, and I paid money for this?
What is happening here? What is happening here?
Some lady was rolling an egg around, and she's like, right across my chest and everything. I was like, oh my God, Laura. And but
that's what they do. Healing is different.
Crazy. But it's so much fun, and you guys will learn a lot, honestly, truly, and to be in community to learn. That's why I wanted Laura to come talk in the health theme of our lives, because it is about emotional health. It is about your heart, your soul, your spirit health, and how when you are together in community, it just raises your vibration.
Yeah.
Those of you that have been on a retreat, you know how our vibration is raised on a retreat. It just is, it's an amazing piece. It's an amazing thing. And I just, as you all know, how much I love doing them. It's all good. Lisa said she subscribed. Thanks, Lisa. Excellent. Yes, so true. And all of you from TikTok, you know how we are on TikTok. It is that vibration that rises when we're together. We just have this like heartfelt piece. And Laura, this is via Zoom, correct? You're doing this via Zoom?
Yes.
Okay. It's via Zoom. Hi, Carla. Thanks for being here. Anyone else? Any questions? God, this hour goes by so fast.
It does.
And Laura, what's the other one? Divine Love, now on Amazon.
Oh yeah, I was in a. I was asked to be in a co-author in Divine Love, and we made #1 international bestseller, and I think like 5 to 6 countries in like 6 categories. And this is it's Divine Love, uplifting stories of radical self-acceptance, truth, and transformation. This is on Amazon too. And I put my story in there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, my story's in here. My transformation of going from science kind of like to seer, you know.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
again, guys, I can't toot Laura's horn enough. I mean, she is an amazing teacher, an amazing friend, and you guys will learn so much. What social media is Laura on?
Facebook and Instagram. And it'll be on Little Aspen Studios on both
Little
of them.
Aspen Studios.
Mhm.
And if you please hold caller. If you let me just do this real quick. Whoops, here we go. And what else? I'm late. I'll have to watch the replay. Of course, no worries. No worries. You're always welcome to watch the replay. That is so important. Okay, hang on. Okay. And if you guys see, here's Laura, Little Aspen Studios. Okay, there you go. And oh, oh, cool. Patricia Cobo is following you as well. Do you remember Patty Cobo? She's the one that did soul paintings.
Oh
And
yes, yes, yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Jamie, my mom Susan is watching with me. Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Delora. Divine love,
Yes.
uplifting stories, and radical self-acceptance, truth, and transformation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, guys, get the cards. You can go to Duckable if you want it on your phone or something.
Yeah.
You can get it that way. That's $9.99. These are how much, Laura?
Those are $35 with shipping and tax and everything.
And again, guys, if you haven't seen them, they are beautiful. These are watercolors. These are channeled information. Love this one. Channeled information. Love that one too. And they're great. They were channeled in the Akashic Records. So you're going to learn so much with the Healing Circle. I'm excited for you guys. Laura will let you know when the dates are. And and I want to thank yes, thanks, Priscilla. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thanks for always being here. Let me tell you what's coming up. Let me move to the side here. What's coming up next week? Next Wednesday. Wait for it. Wait for it. Because I'm waiting for Delora because she's going to say something. We have Dr. Stephen O'Connor. Delora, cue Delora. Dr. Stephen O'Connor. And he will be on talking about functional medicine. He is the CSO, the Chief Science Officer of Live Labs, that is dealing with CBD oil. He was the one that owns the retreat center that we went to in Ecuador. Yes, thank you. Downer with the O'Connor. Thank you very much, Laura. Yes. And he'll be on next Wednesday. Remember, we're on live next Wednesday. Prior to us, if you want to be on Facebook at 4:00 Pacific time, Rachel Elizabeth Design is on doing her thing at 4:00, and then come see us at 5. What else do we got going on? I've got the Animal Spirit Guide workshop coming up on the 22nd. On the 23rd, get the yuck out. Get the yuck out. It's a free, do you like the Laura? It's a free workshop. It is, I'm going to say this again. Don't email me. Email info. Let me say that again. info@eliaspatras.com. Everyone's like, oh my God, I want to do the thing. I'm like, good. Go to info@eliaspatras.com. Here's the deal, guys. I can't have 2 free workshops on at the same time. There's something with the website. Don't ask me why. But so we did it to info. Yes, thank you. Get the yuck out at info@eliaspatras.com. And if you haven't seen it, if you haven't been part of it, you'll love it. I'm trying to get this thing as I'm talking. That's why I stall a little bit, because it takes me a moment. And I'm still scrolling and I'm still scrolling. I'm not seeing it. It's almost here. Maybe if I press this button. No, I'm being careful of what button I'm pressing. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so here it is. Get the yuck out. And Laura, I did this myself with a little help from Michelle. Get the yuck out. What stops you blocks you.
There
And we're
you
going to
go.
identify the blocks. We're going to give permission of forgiveness, say yes to you, and moving beyond fine. Do you know what fine means, everybody? Effed up, insecure, neurotic, and evasive. We're moving beyond that and giving yourself permission to feel. So go to info@eliasmattress.com. Is there a coupon? A coupon for what? If you haven't gotten the yuck out yet, go do that. Great class. Thanks, Cheryl. Thank you so much for that. And what else we got going on? We got so many guys. I'm just going to show you. Do you see the list? We got a lot going on for May and June.
Wow,
We've got astrological elements workshop. That's going to be really cool. Learning about the elements and their meanings and what directions they are in. We also, I'm just going to tell you, next month we got Rhiannon Archuleta, animal communicator, psychic intuitive. We've got Pandora Pappas, psychic intuitive. We got Laura Wooster in May. We've got Susan Fuller, and we got Sherry Dworkin Smith. We got a lot of people in May, and in June I have a intuitive developmental series class. Each class is $47. It's an hour and a half each, or you could take all four for $125. All right. There's a lot. So get on my email list to find out. Laura, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thought 1 second. And guys, remember, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. From our hearts to yours. Thanks, everybody. Have a beautiful night and see you tomorrow morning on the Tiki Taki at 7:30 a.m. for guided meditation. We'll talk soon. Take care, everybody.